Good afternoon, world. Sorry for the delay there, and welcome to episode 19 of
19.
Bottom Line. We are 81 episodes away from 100. Let's
number
go.
100.
We got it over. Unless we start knocking out 2 a year, it's going to be a while. But we plan on being here for a while.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Y'all
ain't getting rid of us that easy.
I'm Jared, your host as usual, and I'm with Starkey, my host as usual as well.
What's up, everyone?
So we got a good show in store for you today. We're going to start it off with running through some college news. We have some breaking news for the Memphis Tigers. SEC baseball tournament has started today. After many rain delays during the Georgia-Alabama game, we finally got it going. Started at 9. The game did not end until 2:30. Go through there. And then while we were away, folks, from the last time we talked, we had a lot of beef between Nick Saban and Jimbo
Fisher.
So we're going to hit on that. Then we're going to talk the USFL, but nothing great has happened there. The Birmingham South still undefeated, so we'll pick it up next week when we get some time. Yeah. NBA, Starkey just told me right when we were about to record, just announced they are released their all-NBA teams.
Including
defensive teams got released on Saturday. We'll hit on that as well.
Yeah.
So we'll run through those, and then we're going to run through some playoff stats of the Warriors sweeping the Mavericks, and then the abysmal series of the Heat and Celtics. And then we're going to run through – I let Starkey have some fun today, and I know it made his day. I texted him this morning and said, Starkey, play GM today. Give me 3 to 4 trades. Can be realistic, can be anything. Give me 3 to 4 trades. Just have fun with it.
Oh, I was thriving all day long.
I went full NBA scout like I used to back in the day and have 7 pages of notes. Now I have 14. We have 2 first-round picks. I have 14 prospects in the first round I like to look at. And I have about 6 in the second round with the 47th pick. Starkey, let's jump at it. Starkey, give me a drum roll. We have breaking news for the Memphis Tigers. Breaking news, folks. Our Lord and Savior of the Memphis Tigers, Alex Lomax. Sorry if that was a little sacrilegious there, Starkey. Didn't mean it to be, but Alex Lomax has said, let's run it back. He turned down offers from nobody. He said, I'm not ready to adult yet. He said, Penny, let's run it back one more time. Let's start 2 5'8" point guards. Let's go. And folks, by God, he will be the starting point guard next year. What's the guy's name? We got it from. I can't think of his name now. I'm having a mind draw.
Kendrick Davis.
Yeah, I knew it was a Kendrick. I thought it was Kendrick Sims. Kendrick Davis is like 5'10", 5'11". Lomax is maybe 5'10".
Maybe with the shoes on.
I'm telling you, folks, mark it right now. Lomax and Kendrick Davis will be starting at both guards for a Power 6 conference next year. Love it, Penny. Let's go. We still got like 20 more spots to fill in the roster. Yeah. Love it, Penny. Let's go. Starkey, SEC baseball is going on. Ole Miss is catching a little winning streak.
Yeah, don't remind me.
I know my boss is pissed about that too. You wanted to fire Bianco, now you can't fire Bianco. He's got you almost going to the playoffs. I say playoffs. Let's start
the regionals.
The regionals. So, can't be mad. I think it's funny this year. All the bad teams are good. Like A&M is iffy at baseball. Georgia's a 6 seed. Tennessee's the one, but I look at all the bad teams are good. Like Arkansas, this was our first. This snapped a 4-year winning streak of the West in baseball. Snapped this year. A&M surprised everybody. They were predicted to finish 5th in the SEC West.
Yeah, this season of SEC baseball has been just wacky. I mean,
Mississippi State second.
They literally
copped in. They lost their starting pitcher like week 1.
Yeah.
And since then, they've been a dumpster fire. Heck, they lost 27-2
against Tennessee last week. Yeah.
Yes, and that's a great note in the seasonal.
Yeah.
Nothing gets you ready for a season turning run like losing by 25 runs. Reminds me of my co-ed softball league from the fall. Uh, I really don't. Arkansas, we're better on. We're a defensive team. Our pitching so, but if our bats aren't there, we suck.
Yeah.
And last year we relied on one guy. But hey, I love it though, because only I think it's been 3-4 times since 2010 2000 has the number one seed going into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And the NCAA baseball tournament has won the national title. So hey, it's in our favors. Last year was not in our favors. So I like our chances this year. Let's go to the next one. We had a big beef.
Yes, we did.
Nick Saban accused Jimbo Fisher and them of buying their team. As many people know, A&M shocked everybody and had the number one recruiting class in the country over Georgia, Alabama, Clemson. I guess you shouldn't say they shocked us. Because here's the thing, A&M with the NIL deals, they have probably some of the best money there. They have what you call oil field money, as my grandpa said.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my grandpa, that was the one school I was never allowed to apply to, was A&M. Don't know why. My grandpa went to Baylor. My dad went to Arkansas. My uncle went to SMU. We hated A&M in my household, so I grew up to hate A&M. But they have oil money, so you could make the argument. But if you really want to talk about it, he used it to his advantage. Like Nick Saban's not using the NIL deal to get people. I mean, gosh dang it. Your quarterback last year was making $1 million before he even took a snap at the starting quarterback.
Yeah. And at the time, Bryce Young was the highest, quote unquote, highest paid college athlete with that cool million. And now it's like, that's nowhere near chump change for anybody else, but compared to what A&M's getting, yeah, it's ridiculous.
So he went on a rant the other night, and basically, I can't find the picture, but I found it. Referred to Saban as Satan, satanic, the spawn of the devil, all tons of words, and I love it. I can't find the exact lingo or the exact amount of times he said things, but he went on a rant, man. All I know is October the 8th is going to be a great game. I texted Mitch, one of our sponsors of the show, and said, I have a gut feeling A&M's going to get blown out. Anytime you piss Nick Saban off,
it does not end well for you.
And here's the thing: when he's winning, he's going to run the score up against you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did see a funny quote. I'm going to ask you this, Starkey. What is on the side? What is the logo on A&M's helmet?
I was actually going to bring this up if you did.
But what is it though?
It's literally ATM.
Hey, Johnny Manziel, get the money. We do win money, Manziel.
Yeah,
I love it.
So literally ATM.
Never put 2 and 2 together until I saw it on Facebook.
I know, I hadn't either. I saw that meme and I'm like, that makes way too much sense.
So here's the argument. Jimbo, as many people have said, is a quarterback whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a quick rundown real fast of his coaching career. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
So he started off with the OC under Bobby Bowden at Florida State forever. Correct, coaching waiting.
Yes.
Ended up going 10-4 first year, good win. 9-4, 12-2, and then he had the 14-0 season with Jameis winning the Heisman.
Yep.
Followed it up the next year, went 13-1. Got blown out against Oregon in the Rose Bowl. 10-3, 10-3, 5-6. And that was the final straw for him at Florida State. Well, you know, it's really hard to imagine he's been at A&M this long. It's hard to imagine that to me.
It really does not feel like
he's going on year 5 at A&M. So at A&M, he's gone 9-4, 8-5, 9-1, 8-4. He's career wins 117 to 37 losses. It's not on Saban's level, but
no. But
I mean, honestly, besides that 1 year, he's won 3 big bowl games. I'm sorry, 4. My bad, 4. He's won the Orange Bowl 3 times and a BCS national championship.
Yeah.
So he's won 4 big bowl games. You kind of can, but you're coming off an 8-4 season. I just don't think the hype is going to be there because we've been saying that every year they get a top recruit. They get top recruits left and right.
But since he's been at A&M, he can recruit like crazy.
He just can't develop.
They can't develop him, especially since he's been in College Station.
Honestly, my big thing is he got lucky on everybody he got the year they won the national title. Because everybody on that team, if you don't remember, every starter that played in the BCS title game ended up getting drafted either 1 through 7 in the rounds. So he hit 1 year. Other than that, he's a great recruiter. He can't develop.
No, not at all.
But hey, who knows? I also have another news. So whose side are you on, Starkey? Are you Saban's or are you?
I haven't actually sat down and thought about it, but just kind of knee-jerk reaction. I never thought I would say this, but here in this scenario, I think I'm Team Saban.
I'm going to go Team
As my
Jimbo.
wife literally just looks at me and says, "What?" from the next room.
I hate A&M with a passion. I'm going Team Jimbo just because, Saban, you can't tell me you don't have players getting the bag.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're doing it too. He says he hates the NIL deals ruining football. Then why in God's green earth is your starting quarterback making over $1 million? Why is half your starters who got in there right now signing massive NIL deals?
Yeah.
And they're richer than most people ever be in their lives. And they're 18, 19 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't appreciate what you sow. You hate the transfer portal, yet you
still kill it.
You're getting massive transfers in it left and right. You have the top running back. You're getting top people in the left and right. Saban, you're doing the exact same thing, but you adapt to it.
Yeah.
It's like you're adapting to properly giving some people the bag.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey man, get your bread, just don't get caught. Don't be like you and have a burner phone. Get a burner phone. Don't use your university phone. Gosh, we're gonna talk about that next week in the podcast. Hugh Freeze and we're gonna talk about scandals next week on the show. Mark it down, folks. So I also have one more thing for you, Starkey. Heisman odds got released again from more people.
Yep.
FanDuel has a sponsor I wish of the show, but we're stuck with Billy the Bookie. Go to Billy White the Bookie for all your betting needs. If you want to place a bet on the Heisman, Jackson Dart right now is in 5th place to get the Heisman. I believe at 1,300 to 1 odds. So please, if you want to place a bet on Jackson Dart, 10 will get you 13 or get you $130. 100 get you 1,300. If you want to place a book, reach him at billywhitethebookie@gmail.com. Starkey, what is the best way to cure gambling and debt?
Call 800-889-9789. The Tennessee
Negative.
Red Line.
We're not going to quit gambling, sir. But anyway, so yeah, Jackson Dart, not even the starting quarterback at Ole Miss, struggled spring game, is not even guaranteed to start for Lane Kiffin. Luke Ottmeyer is. I love it.
The season started tomorrow.
Oh, Luke Ottmeyer.
100% Luke Ottmeyer will be the starter. 100%.
How does that make you feel?
Disappointed. If I'm being completely honest. Because I was really like, whenever Dart Watch was going on, me and a buddy of mine, we were just texting about it every day obsessively. Is today the day? Is him? We're him intrigued. Is Dart still talking about BYU? Everything like that. We were obsessively on Dart Watch, and then he went and lays an absolute egg in the spring game. Which, granted, he'd been there like maybe 2-3 weeks. He still had no idea what the playbook was. So hopefully he figures it out this summer. But it's definitely not going to be the cakewalk that everyone else thought it was going to be.
No, but he got plenty of time, and talent will roll out eventually. So let's jump into the NBA awards. Starkey,
Let's
lead
do
us
it.
off with. By the way, you know what? We'll do this next. Starkey, lead us off with NBA first teams. Let's see if the legend, the GOAT, Jaren Jackson Jr. got first team selections. I don't know.
All right.
You're hearing this live.
So,
Give me first team, baby.
all right. So this was just announced in the last 10, 15 minutes. The NBA, all NBA first team, Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Giannis
There goes Jaren
Antetokounmpo,
right there. Who was it?
Jason Tatum,
Okay, well deserved.
and Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
So we have Luka,
Booker,
okay.
Giannis, Tatum, and Joker.
I don't know. I don't agree. Or give me the second team.
All right. All NBA second team. Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, and one Ja Morant.
That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. I really thought Ja was going to get it.
I had a feeling for the past week and a half, probably that he was probably going to be second team.
Like I hate that Booker. I mean, granted, Booker averaged 26.5 points this year. Number one team. But if you look at overall who had a better season, I feel like 12 had a better season.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, there was no denying Steph was going to Luka was not going to be that number one. I thought they were going to give Steph because of the playoff run.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people think, but we have to remember this is strictly regular season.
Well, I believe that I believe the playoffs have a good say in who's going to get what. Kind of help the award chance. Besides, like most improved stuff like that, playoff, the MVP, that helps a little. If you want my honest opinion, but I was really hoping 12 would have a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a shot. It was just we didn't get it.
Yep. All NBA third team. You ready?
Who cares at this point? But shoot, let's go.
We have one LeBron James.
Shocker.
Chris Paul.
Whoa.
Pascal Siakam.
Okay, I'm down for that. I love Pascal.
One, your boy, Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, I hate it, but Cat did have a good season, though.
And then Mr. Ice Trey Young.
I don't think Trey deserved it, but
No, I fully agree with.
To me, if you're going to make an All-NBA team, you have to. I mean, granted, Ja's not a great defender, but he does more defensively than Trey Young does.
Yeah,
Trey Young's more defensive liability than Ja.
Yeah, which is saying something.
Yes. So we did, however, before we go back to that, we did have the NBA first teams announced. First team all defense. Are you ready?
Yes, go for it.
Now remember, defense, you really don't have to have positions, which is great. The NBA teams, all NBA's got to have positions. Defense.
Yeah.
I love this. Yanni. Mikal Bridges. Rudy Gobert. Yeah. Marcus Smart. And Jaren Jackson Jr. The third ever Grizzly to make a first team all defense. Can you name the other two? No, I'm sorry. He's the only second Grizzly to make it.
The other would be Mark.
No, Mark did not make first team all defense. It's Tony. The year that Mark won the first team player of the year, he finished he was second team all defense.
Yeah, which is
because LeBron was pissed that year because LeBron thought he was going to get that and get the clean sweep that year.
Yeah.
But it just amazes me the guy that finishes seventh, I think it was seventh place in all NBA defensive voting ends up becoming first team all defense. What? No way. By the way, you know he's still leading the playoffs in blocks. He's got 30 blocks. The next closest person is Al Horford at 19 total blocks. What? Amazing. No way.
There's a reasonable chance that these playoffs will continue on and Triple lead without having played 2 seasons.
So the second team defensive, gosh, you definitely know this team is defense right here. Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Matisse Thybulle, and Robert the Time Lord Williams. Yeah, you're definitely not scoring. You're definitely not getting a basket with that team.
No.
You aren't going to be able to really score on them, but they're definitely not going to score on you. Really, going back to the NBA teams, Ja got robbed.
Oh, 100%.
I'd say it. If he didn't miss, I think it was 26 games this year, different story, but that's what the job this offseason. Please work on your shooting. Work on defense, please. For the love of Memphis, our hearts, our sanity, please. I love seeing you fly 30 feet in the air, making explosive dunks, blocks, finishes. Your body can't take it much. The floor is not your friend.
No.
You'll be 23 next year. You haven't played one full season of basketball yet. A knee injury, a hip injury, an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Take it easy, please, 12. We need you long term. You'll get the super max this summer. So yeah, I'm disappointed. Pascal deserved it. Chris Paul, I honestly with him, I just think it's one of those. It's an honor thing. Yeah, because his numbers were not that great to me.
The crazy thing is though, is that CP3 said he's going to come back next year.
You got to think he's going to be one of the biggest what ifs.
Oh yeah.
So Chris Paul this year averaged 14 points, which is a career low since 2011. Actually, this is his career low. He averaged it. The last time he scored less than 15 or 16 points was in 2019. I'm sorry. My bad. 2019 was his lowest scoring season before this. This year's the first year in his NBA career. He has not scored over 15 points a game. Granted, when you have Booker, you really don't need to, but
yeah, exactly.
14.7 points, 10 point. The only reason why I got it is because he led the NBA in assists. Still don't think he was an all NBA person.
Yeah, when you have a guy like Booker right beside you,
I really do
especially
think
at this stage in his career, he could definitely be more of a facilitator.
Well, one name that kind of sticks out to me, Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
Zach LaVine. Another guy, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball. I wouldn't say those two are there yet, but I don't think they got. I'm looking right now; they didn't get many votes, if any. I am glad to see DeMar got one.
Yeah.
Hey, DeJounte Murray, Bane, maybe. Not Bane, but would have been nice to see it. So let's jump now into NBA playoffs. But before we jump to that, we have an ad read.
Let's do it.
Second one of the night, as usual, folks. We may have number 3 next week for us. Woo! I've been doing some work, hustling, getting some folks in. So ad read tonight, folks, is if you're buying a home, bought a home, selling your home, want to get some final details on it, I promise you, use porch to patio home inspections. You can't go wrong with them.
No, you cannot.
100% customer satisfaction. You have my word. Hot stamp it, whole 9 yards. You will love your new home. If you buy it or if you're selling your home, you want to buy it, move to a new one. Get Mitch. He'll inspect it when you sell it. He'll inspect it when you buy a new one, or he'll inspect it when you buy it. He's totally available. Give him a call. He is a local firefighter. So, hey, if he's not putting out fires, he's inspecting homes. And he knows what will start a fire in your house if he's crawling through your crawl space.
Hey,
I
it's a
promise
win-win.
you, use our boy Mitch. He will make sure he does not have to show up at your house at 2 a.m. to put out a fire.
Yeah.
He'll make sure all the wiring is correct. I promise you, Mitch is the guy. Use
100%.
patio home inspections. When I buy my next house, I'm going to use them. Starkey, if you buy a next house, who knows where that will be unless you're saying Marigold. If you're going to move down the street, get a little bit closer to church, even though you're right across from it.
Can't get much closer than where I am now.
Mitch may drive down to Marigold to help you.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
But speaking of Mitch real fast, he texted me this week. He listened to our podcast as usual. Got a text from him. He said, as most of you know from previous shows, he's a Detroit fan. He loves the Lions, Wolverines, Red Wings, and Pistons and Tigers. RIP.
Oh my.
Yes, he doesn't have many winning seasons there. And last week I made a bold prediction on the Lions to win 7-8 games next year. If they don't do that, I'm going to shave my head. Mitch texted me and said, I hope you're ready to shave your head. So Detroit fans aren't believing, but hey, I'm riding with them, baby. Let's go. So I have some stats on the NBA playoffs so far, Starkey.
Okay.
So in the past 17 games, because it's been a boring playoffs to me.
Yeah.
Boring. Even if the Grizzlies were playing, I would still say it's been boring. So
because at this point, the Grizzlies would be up 3-0.
Yeah, well, yes, we'll get into that in a little bit, though. But yes, it is. But the game's just been boring in general.
Yes.
There are honestly almost every game this whole entire playoffs has been a blowout. So in the past 17 games played in the NBA playoffs, the average margin of victory has been 19.8 points a game.
That's ridiculous.
In the past 17 games as well, there has been 7 minutes of clutch time played. Now, clutch time played is very close ball games and meaningful minutes, like end of the second quarter, fourth quarter stuff, into the fourth quarter. So the past 17 games, there's been 7 total minutes of clutch time possessions and time played. In the past, we've had before tonight's game. Is there a game tonight? Yes, no, I think there is.
I believe so. Maybe.
Sorry, I'm all out of loop. In the past, so out of the 76 games played in this playoff series, 39 have been decided by 10 or more points. 22 out of the 76 games this playoff year, have been won by 20 or more points.
That's insane.
Last year, we had 15 total games that were won by 20 or more points. In 2020 playoffs, the COVID year, there were 12 games won by 20 or more plus points in the playoffs. They suck this year.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, even the Grizzlies, look at them. We either barely won or we got blown out.
Yeah.
Now, minus we had a few close losses here and there, but we got blown out a lot and we blew them out. That's really even the Grizzlies Timberwolves. That was a blowout or it was a one possession game.
Yeah. There wasn't much like as far as super.
Same with the Warriors series. It was either a blowout or it was literally a one possession ball game. Not a 10-point ball game, but a literally one possession, either 3 or 2 point game.
Yep.
3-2 or 1 or less. So just some facts about the NBA playoffs. Like over the weekend, you had the Mavericks. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't want to admit it. I was hoping Luka could carry them, but the Luka magic has run out.
Oh yeah,
they had their chance this weekend to win.
And to answer your question, it ends tonight. Western Conference Finals, Game 4, literally just tipped off just now. So
they had a 20-plus point lead on Friday night.
Yep,
blew it. Or was it Saturday night? Well, either way, this week they had a massive lead over the weekend, blew it. It was a slow bleed.
Yes, for sure.
And then you got, I don't know what's going on with Miami Heat, but it's just the injury bug. They literally, I think, of the last night, they had at least 6 meaningful players questionable. The injury bugs catching them. Honestly, I think that game is going to go 7.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics Heat series has been blowouts. Every other game is a blowout. It's honestly, I think, going to come down to Miami having home court at 7, and that's what's going to happen. And then the playoffs, the NBA Finals, who freaking knows? I don't care who wins this one. It's not the Warriors. Screw them. Golden State fans are the worst. Where were they 10 years ago?
I actually heard on the radio on 92.9. So let's kind of do this real quick. And this is just one of those throw it on you type deals. If you had to rank 1 to 4 the teams that you would want to win the finals, who would they be 1 through 4?
Miami.
Okay, Miami.
Yes. Boston.
Okay.
Dallas. Golden State.
All right. I like it.
So it kills me they have Moses Moody, a Fayetteville guy. I love him. But I don't want Steph, Draymond to get one more ring.
Yeah, no.
And they don't deserve it. If we would have been healthy this year, even Skip Bayless says we would have been sweeping them. Okay, so Starkey, we're moving on to the segment that I know you're going to love. Hit us with, now I challenged you, trades. Anything your heart desires. As long as they make sense salary cap-wise.
Yep.
What do you got for me?
All right, so this website, I went a little bit different than the normal ESPN trade machine. This is actually coming to us from fanspo.com.
Uh-huh.
So with this trade machine, you can do salary cap, and you can include draft picks, which you cannot do on ESPN. So with the first trade, we have a 3-team trade.
I was not expecting this one, folks.
All right. So the Grizzlies get Chris Middleton and a 2023 first-round pick from Boston Celtics.
Okay. From
Boston.
From Boston.
Yes.
So Boston's in this trade too. So we got Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I'm listening. So we got Boston, Milwaukee, Memphis. Oh
yes. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, so who are we giving away?
We are giving to the Bucks Dylan Brooks.
Okay.
DeAnthony Melton.
Okay, fine with those two.
And number 29 in the draft.
Okay.
The Boston
Chris
Celtics.
Middleton and a first-round draft pick?
Yes. Next season.
Is it protected? No, we can't do that in this.
No, it's well, you can do protections, but this one's unprotected.
Well, I have a gut feeling it will be protected. Almost every first round. Okay, but go ahead. All you.
The Celtics are getting Brandon Clark.
Oh no!
I had to, and the Grizz first in 2023.
Okay, so we gave them a first round draft pick in 23. What do the Bucks get?
DB, Melton, and 29 this year.
Okay, so Melton, DB, and a 29 pick this year.
Yep.
And the Bucks, and we send to Boston, BC, and the 23 next year.
Yep.
Well, we have two. I think we have 2 first rounds next year.
I believe we do.
So it's not that bad. We have plenty of firsts go around down the future, and then we get Middleton.
And Boston's 1 next year.
How many years is he on contract for? Do you know?
Yes.
That's not a bad trade.
Let me see.
I hate giving
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
I mean, if you're going to make a playoff run, that's the run.
Yep.
He would help defensively. I just don't like losing BC.
I know.
I like that. I love that trade, though. That is a good trade.
I know.
I heard 3 teams, and I heard Milwaukee. I was like, Jesus, are we getting Grayson back?
Yeah, so
I don't think there's – the only reason why I don't think that's realistic is Middleton is so vital to them.
Yeah.
And if they had Dylan Brooks, they're not really spacing the floor anymore.
No,
There's
they're
a
not.
shorter version of Yanni that's going to take it to the hole. But defensively, holy cow, they'd be unstoppable.
Good
You
luck
got
scoring.
You got Holiday, Brooks, Grayson Allen / Pat Connaughton.
Yep.
2. Then you got Yanni at the 3, Bobby Portis at the 4, and Lopez. Yeah, good luck scoring on that team.
Yeah.
I love it though.
All right. So second trade is a 2-team trade.
Okay.
The Grizzlies. Okay, so with this one, had to do a little
Who are we trading with?
Boston again.
Oh gosh. Okay, you Chris Wallace. You hate that guy, but yet we're doing a lot of Boston trades.
Like, okay, so for if you haven't figured out by now, for some reason since I was a kid, the Celtics have been my second favorite NBA team.
Okay. Well, who are we trading? Let's get down to Mr. Chris Wallace.
That hurts. So the Grizzlies are receiving Jason Tatum.
Okay.
And this is with re-signing John Morant to an extension to a max and re-signing Tyus Jones.
What are we giving up, Jaren?
No.
Bane?
Nope. Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, and a top 5 protected first pick in 2024.
That's not realistic, but I like it. I like it. I don't see any. So out of the 2 so far, the first one is more likely to happen.
Yeah.
than give up a first-team All-NBA player.
Yeah.
If there's anyone Boston will give up, it's going to be Jaylen Brown, if anything.
Yeah.
But hey, I like it. I see what the going pattern. It's not the Boston. It's the going pattern thing here right now. It's the fact that you are willing to trade a Mr. Dylan Brooks is the going pattern right here. And I love it. I love but hate it.
Yeah, that will be a continuing thing.
Because one thing I've noticed, what do you have at 3 for us? Let's go.
All right.
Wrap it up.
So at 3, 2-team trade. All right.
Okay.
The Grizzlies get Jeremy Grant.
So we're trading with Detroit.
Yes. And Mr. Luka Garza.
Okay, that's actually very reasonable. Okay, what do we give up?
Dylan Brooks.
Shocker. That's your 3 for 3 with Dylan. You want Dylan gone, don't you?
I do want Dylan gone.
Okay.
But yeah.
What we just give up Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, we get Jeremy Grant, Luka for Dylan straight up. And it works salary cap wise.
I feel like I like it. I feel like that's because Detroit's, I think, in that rebuilding mode, they want Cade to be the star.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to. I like it. I think we can get him for Dylan, but you're going to throw in somebody else. I feel like.
Yeah.
Or at least a second-round pick.
And that is with the Grizzlies actually signing Ricky Rubio to be Ja's backup.
Stop. Quit saying that. I do not want Ricky Rubio as my backup point guard.
Oh, I don't either. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
I would rather
roll with a rookie than Ricky Rubio.
You can put him on the watch. He cannot generate an offense. And if you're going to have without a job, Ricky, no. Oh, but different story, different day. But I like it. I like getting Jeremy Grant. He's proven a lot. He's gold medalist, Jeremy Grant.
Yep.
Now, here's my one thing, though. Hear me out, though. Is he a good player? Is he an average player on a bad team that is just getting stats?
Yeah. I think
before he was in Detroit, he didn't do crap in Denver.
Yeah. But, the Grizzlies have never shied away from taking on for lack of a better term, reclamation project. Mm-hmm. And I think with the pieces that the Grizzlies have right now, I think Jeremy Grant would do all right. And we'd get Garza to be the backup 5.
True. So I got him pulled up now. So he went – when he got traded his last season in OKC, averaged 13.6 points, got traded, to help Denver make a playoff run that year in the bubble, or before the bubble, actually. Then he went to Detroit, averaged 22.3 points a game. Let's see, 4 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game. He shot, field goal percentage was 42% from the field. He shot 6 threes a game on 35% shooting from the 3, and he made 84% of his free throws. This year, he dropped down to 19 points a game, still shooting the same amount of shots, threes, field goal was exactly the same. So I kind of get the vibe, maybe good player, bad team, but just because it's weird to see somebody jump from there to that. But hey, he's shown he's a bucket getter. He's a wing defender.
Yep.
I like it. And Luke Garza gives you that stretch 4 that I've been preaching about. And he's for the culture. But okay, so right now, ranking your predictable trades, I would say this is your most realistic one so far, and I love it. I love all these trades. The first one with 3-team trade is the second one. And then I'm going to go the Jason Tatum trade. I would love Tatum here, but I don't see that happening.
We'll get ready to bump every single one of those up.
Okay. What you got for me?
In terms of realism. So with my last trade, I wanted an absolute let's get weird trade. All right.
Is this weird in a good way or weird like in a freaky kind of way?
For the Grizz, it's a weird in a good way.
Okay, what you got? Let's go. Who we trading with?
3-team trade.
Good gosh, I love it. Yes, let's go.
The Grizz are trading with the Cavs and the Bucks.
What is up with you and green teams tonight?
I don't know.
Is green your favorite color?
No, it's red.
Okay. What you got?
But this one is strictly because I wanted one player in particular.
Chris.
All right. Actually, no, I thought about it, but it didn't work with the trade. It didn't work with the cap.
Okay, what you got?
The Grizz are receiving Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jarrett Allen.
Jesus. Okay. What are we giving up? The whole city of Memphis?
Practically.
Okay, wait. Dylan Brooks is gone.
Yep.
Is Bane still here?
Yeah.
Jaren?
Yep.
As this with Josh signing a max deal?
No, this one's strictly no re-signing anyone, just
so Josh not signing the max deal this year. We're saying Ja, go get the ring, and then we'll get you the max deal. We'll get you something later.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we giving up for this besides the key to Memphis and Graceland and Rendezvous?
So the Cavs are getting Steven Adams.
Okay.
The Bucks are about to be loaded.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay.
D'Anthony Melton.
Okay.
Brendan Clark.
No. Gosh, stop it.
A lottery protected first rounder in 2024.
Okay.
And a 2027 second rounder.
So we had to keep all our first round draft picks this year?
Yes.
Jesus. That's a
and it works with the salary cap.
We keep Zion. Oh my gosh, yes. Call Zachary. Send this to Zachary Kleiman. Gosh dang it. What are you waiting on? So, folks, kind of going up to trade deadline, I think we're going to make this a thing for Starkey. He's going to give us 3 to 4 trades a week. They'll get a little bit more realistic than this every week. He's going to have a couple odd ones here and there like this one. But I love this one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that bumpy to contender?
I think so. Absolutely.
But the one thing that worries me is you don't have any – you're not going to score on that team, that's for sure. And you're definitely picking up for 12's defensive lackability. But hear me out. You have no really consistent shooting.
No, you don't. Yeah, with that, you really –
you're going to clog the
real
paint.
shooter you have is Bane.
You're going to clog the paint. That's what's going to happen. 12 is going to be
100%.
driving to the basket. Jared Allen can't play 10 feet away from the basket, and Yanni's going to be driving. Jesus. Nothing but field goal attempts, baby. No threes. I love it, unless you're Desmond Bain.
Yep.
Desmond and Jared are the only guys that'll be shooting threes on that whole team. Yes.
Nice.
Send it to Zachary Kleiman right now. What are you waiting on?
I will after we get done.
Yes, send it.
But
Let's
here you
make
go.
it happen.
Here you go,
Next
Zach. I
game
did
of
the
the
job for you.
Grizzlies.
You're welcome.
Tayshaun, you got some running. You got a little competition for VP of operations. But so let's get to my part.
Let's do it.
Draft's coming up. We have 3 picks. We could be trading, could be sitting. Don't really know. Expect him to trade, do something. So this is in no particular order. I wrote down, guys. I believe that will go in the first round and second round. I broke it up in that order.
Okay.
So no particular order, no favoritism here and there. So starting us off, we have from the G League Ignite, or not the G League Ignite team, Mr. Jaden Hardy.
Yep.
Hardy. Great kid, 6'4", got a 6'7" wingspan. One thing we got to work with him is offensive abilities. He's not a finisher at the rim. We can work on that, though. 12 can teach him.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Playmaking skills. We got to worry about that. He had 42 turnovers to 38 assists. So a little high there. One stat that sticks out to me, though, is he's kind of got Dylan Brooks' mentality on offense. But his jump shot's beautiful.
Yep.
I've watched him play, not in person, but his jump shot is beautiful. Former 5-star. A lot of people had him at a high school. Like when he was coming to high school this time last year, people had him as the number 1 overall pick in the draft. It was like him, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Duren, all in the running. Did not have a great time in the G League. Shot 31% from 3. That's a sore subject, but listen to this. Do you know how many threes he was shooting a game? 7.
Oh, wow.
He was cranking them. I love it. Pew, pew, pew. Love it. So he's going to be available, I think, in that 22, 29 range, which is great for Memphis. Grizzlies love guys with high ceilings. He's got a great ceiling. Defensively, he's pretty good. We can work on that a little, but offensively, he's already got his jump. He's got some jump. His jump shot's beautiful. Fix a small few mechanics on it. Help him finish. And I'm telling you, you got another lockdown shooter.
Yep. Tankathon has him going 21 right now to Denver.
Okay, so he's going to a spot before us, but hey, I'm fine with that. He'll probably fall. Another guy on this. I'm not really too high on this guy, but if we got him, I wouldn't be that mad. I kind of would be. It's Mr. Blake Wesley.
Okay.
The reason why I love Blake Wesley is because Blake Wesley is 6'5" and has a 6'11" wingspan.
Yeah.
So, defensively, you don't got to worry about it. He's going to hold his own. He can probably go the 1 through the 4.
Yeah.
He's a big muscle guy. He averaged 14.4 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. One thing that did stick out to me, though, is he's not good at finishing. So where he's going to fall is because he cannot finish at the rim, and he is not good at shooting threes.
Yep.
30%. But from the NBA Combine, his jump shot is looking good. Improved. If you're going to draft him, he has the tools to be a 3-and-D. 3-and-D guy, give you that Mikal Bridges vibe, a little bit shorter, but with that wingspan, 6'11", reminds me of a guy named Wade Baldwin, and I love it. Wade had all – I know you don't, but hey, Wade had all the hype.
I did at one point.
But if you can get his shot down, you have a steal there. If you can get his shot down consistently.
If you can get a shot down.
The next guy, former five-star, Bryce McGowan's.
Yep.
Played on a terrible Nebraska team.
Yes, he did.
Averaged 16.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Here's the thing, folks. He's 6'7", and he can play point guard with a 6'9". His arms 6'9", not too much longer than his body. So that's one issue you got to worry about. If he's a 6'7" point guard, you're good. One thing with him, you gotta work on 3-point shooting with him. Which so far NBA Combine, he has proven he's more consistent from there. He's fixed his form. During college, he shot 27.4% for three on 141 attempts. Granted, I think he was just taking a lot of shots there in Nebraska because he was literally their team.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So shot selection and defense are two big things he's got to work on. Why he'll be available in that 22 through 29 and maybe that 47 range when we pick in the second round.
Actually, right now, Tankathon has him going 29 to Memphis.
Okay, so I'm not. That's one guy. Grizzlies have proven they want guys with high ceilings.
Yep.
And Desmond Bane, granted, no one thought Desmond Bane had a high ceiling. He's proven.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I didn't think he was. I thought he was going to be a 3-point shooter, but he's proven that. Zaire got a high ceiling. X, I didn't think X was going to have his high ceiling. Santi's got a high ceiling. X doesn't really have a high ceiling though. So, who was his draft? He was. Wasn't he the same draft? Yes, he was. He was the same draft as Tillman. So I messed up earlier. I'm sorry. X and Bane with the same draft. I apologize.
Yes.
The next guy, you don't want him because of his last name, Patrick Baldwin. 12.1 points a game this year. He only played 11 games due to injuries. He's 6'9", with a 6'11" wingspan. He can play that 3-4 guy. Shot 26.3% from three in 11 games. Former 5-star. A lot of people had him going. He had offers from every country, every college in the country. So he said, I'm going to go play for my dad in Milwaukee. Biggest thing
and disappeared.
He's not offensively, he's got all the tools. He's got a pure jump shot. I've watched it numerous times. I watched him scouting him. He's got a great jumper. His form is impeccable. His shot will come down. Don't worry. With his form, I promise you that 26% from three doesn't scare me that much. One thing that does is he's not fast, and he's not good at creating his own shots. You have to design plays to get him open. In the NBA, that's one thing will separate you from the weak. That's what killed Adonis Thomas. He couldn't create his own shot. So if we get him, that's a high risk. It's I would say a low risk, high reward there, honestly. If you get him they give him that 29. A lot of people have him going in the second round too. So he'll be available at 29 and I believe at 47, somewhere in that point range. So that's a low risk, high reward right there with what his skill set offers. Because he can play that 3 through the 4, 3-4 position, maybe the 5 in a small game. Next guy, Josh Minot, your boy. I have him going in the first round. Many people, including my guy, my idol, Chris Vernon, have him going. Chris Vernon says, and he's always right when it comes to stuff like this, Minot will not be available by the first Grizzly selection. If he is, he will be gone. If Memphis does not take him with that 22nd pick, he will be gone by 29.
Yeah, 100%.
He is 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. Guy is athletic as all get out. His jump shot is beautiful too. I love his jump shot. The one issue why he's not on draft boards is you don't have any film on him. He did not play.
To play him.
Penny did not want to play him. He was not part of the Penny butt kissing bunch.
No, he wasn't.
Probably another red flag people are weary of is his 3-point percentage. 14%. But he only shot 14 free throws. He made or 3-pointer. Sorry, he made one free 3-pointer this year. But
at the combine, he showed that he can knock him down.
Yes, his form is good. I like his form. He's done a little minor tweaks to it here and there. His release, his motion. Mainly, it was his motion that was screwing him up.
Yeah.
But averaged 6.6 points at Memphis. Once again, no minutes. The reason why he's going to fall is because he has no tape on him.
Yep.
And I promise you, I think 3 years down the road, the right team that develops him and does not rush him, you have a great 3-and-D guy on your team.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Memphis, if you have a chance to draft him at 29, I don't know if I would take him at 22 because if Kennedy Chandler is available at 22, you got to take Kennedy.
if somehow, some way we could come out with Kennedy Chandler and Josh Minot, I would lose my absolute mind.
Once again, high ceiling Minot. Memphis loves high ceiling guys. The next guy is your guy, Kennedy Chandler. I go back to back for you and your boys.
Appreciate you.
Kennedy Chandler, 6 foot with a 6'4" wingspan. Combine vert was 41.5 inches. Averaged 4.6 a game, 13.9 points per game, 38% from three. Best thing that sticks out to me, he was 8th in the country in total steals and averaged 2.2 steals a game.
Yep.
And he turned the ball over 2.5 times. So the 2.5 times a game kind of worries me a little, but you can fix that.
Yeah.
One guy he does remind me of is a Mr. Tyus Jones coming out of college.
And look how well that's worked for Memphis.
So Tyus Jones, his 1 year in college, averaged 11.5 points, 5.6 assists, 1.5 steals, 37% from three. So, like I said, Chandler, 13.9 points, 4.7 assists, 2.2 steals, and 38% from three. Steals are there. He's a guy, he does a lot of things good. Doesn't really do anything great. A lot of people view him as a floor general point guard to run to go to a team where he needs to run the offense. Or you're not going to have to allow him to get you 20 points a game, 20-18, get you 10, 15 points, somewhere in that range, and come off the bench and be a solid backup point guard for like Tyus Jones. 8 years from now, he's going to be one of the best point guards. I believe in him. If you're Memphis, he's there. You take him.
Absolutely, 100%.
This is the guy we've missed on many local Memphis guys in the past.
Yeah, we have.
Next guy, a little favoritism here, Mr. Jalen Williams from Arkansas. There's 2 Jalen Williams in this draft.
Yep.
Jalen Williams from Arkansas, 6'11" with a 7'1" wingspan, 10.9 points per game, 9.8 rebounds a game, shot 23% from three. His form will come, I promise you. As an Arkansas fan, I'm being biased. His shot, he's got to fix one little hitch in it. I promise. He's been working on it. He will be, I promise you, he's a stretch 4, can even be a stretch 5. At Arkansas, as many people saw, he shut down Drew Timme.
Yeah, he did.
He played phenomenal. And Drew Timme is one of the best college players this year. One thing he needs to work on is 3-point shooting. He can make mid-range shots. One thing that sticks out to me, he's always active. He led the NCAA in charges this year. He's a defensive anchor. And if you're Memphis, Jerry, he gets in foul trouble a lot in the playoffs. This is a guy you can put in there with BC. Or if you bring Kyle back, you don't have to worry about clogging the paint. He can stretch out.
Yeah.
I promise you his threes will fall. He'll get your rebounds. He's aggressive. He's vocal. He has a very high basketball IQ. And he's always staying in the passing lanes. He's honestly in that 29 to 47 range for the Grizzlies. So he'll be a late first, early second round draft pick. Honestly, if you get Kennedy Chandler and Minot's gone, in my opinion, you take Jalen Williams. Or if my next guy is my next guy's gone, you take Jalen Williams at 29. Next guy, Nikolai Jovic from Serbia. 6'11" with a 7-foot wingspan.
Yeah.
Okay? So he's a big man, 6'4". He's your 4, not 6'4", sorry. He's your 4 or 5 guy. One of the purest scorers in this draft.
Yep.
Shot 36.4% from the Nike EBYL, or the Nike little foreign tournament, like the country tournament, national tournament. Yep. The biggest red flag on him is he is one of the biggest defensive liabilities. He gets lost. He's not aggressive. And when he is aggressive, he's terrible in defense.
Yeah.
If y'all thought Ja was it and Trae Young were defense, he's like Ja, except he's 6'11" on defense. He's not good. You will have to play zone defense to make up for his defensive lackness. Granted, you put him here. If you keep Dylan and you keep Jaren and you keep BC, or you keep unless you trade it by like you were doing, but you keep that core here: Bane, Dylan, Jaron, BC, X. You got your guy. You got your stretch four right there.
Yeah.
And with those four right there, I mentioned 4 or 5 guys. They will have him in line defensively. Don't you worry. They will have him in line, or he will be right in the pine. So
one thing about Jovic we need to talk about though is this year per game average, he averaged 3.1 turnovers a game.
He was just getting flashy with it.
Yeah.
They also had him running point guard.
That's true.
So those 4 guys right there are 4 guys I like to target in the first round. And the guy from the first I'm going with is Bryce McGowan. So I like him a lot. Actually, no, I get with Jaden Hardy a little bit more than Bryce McGowan's. I like those. So right now, those 4 guys, McGowan's and Hardy and McGowan, are 2 guys I really want. It's in that 22 through 29 range.
Yep.
The next guy, he won't be here, but in case he does fall, is Mark Williams from Duke. 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan, 11.2 points a game, 7.4 rebounds a game, 2.8 blocks a game.
Again,
the one issue with him is he is a true center. He is not. With him, he's not going to stretch it out and shoot. He's a younger Steven Adams.
Yep.
More athletic. You can put him out there on the floor. He would have stuck with Cat. That's the one issue with help him, but he will not. He can't shoot past 5 feet from the rim. So that's why he's not going top 5. He can't.
Yeah.
Nor does he have any desire to.
Right now, Tankathon hasn't got 13 to Charlotte.
Yeah, he'll be in that mid lottery range. Yeah, he won't. If he does fall, take him. You can. That's your Steven Adams replacement. The next guy, Ty Washington, 6'3" with a 6'9" wingspan. That's massive.
Yeah, that is large.
That is a Wade Baldwin wingspan right there.
At this point, you're just trying to make me mad.
No. Well, you love Ty.
Yeah, I am pretty big. I am pretty hot on Ty.
So he's a 3-level scorer. One thing a lot of people are worried about is his shot creating.
Yeah.
Because he was surrounded by a team. So one of the biggest quotes I have is, how will his game look on a properly spaced NBA floor after sharing time with a non-shooting Kentucky team?
Yeah.
So it's going to be – he averaged 1.6 turnover a game, 1.3 steals a game. So he's active. I'm not sold. I don't really want him that much. Not as much as you do. I'd rather have Kennedy Chandler, but that 6'9" wingspan is sexy.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think overall, and a guy that I trust is Gary Parrish.
Okay.
Gary Parrish said that he would give the slight edge to Ty Washington over Kennedy Chandler.
Well, yeah, because he's a better offensively than Kennedy, but
yeah, I think Kennedy can do more. I think his game is more well-rounded overall.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you go wrong with either one, honestly.
Now, what were you saying before the Gary Parrish? Because I lost you for a second.
Oh, so Gary Parrish is a guy that I trust when it comes to college basketball. And he said that if both were available at 22, he would take Ty over Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So. I'm just not. I'd rather have Kennedy just because you're knowing what you're getting from him. With Ty, I kind of get the Wade Baldwin vibe from him a little, but he has to have the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's going to make it his team when it's not his team.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that kind of worries me about him. But he's a pure scorer. It'll be different to see how he does with more shooting people in the NBA, especially with a properly spaced floor. So we'll have to see. The next guy is another, I guess you could say, Santi Aldama of the year. Mr. Leonard Miller.
All right.
From the old north, the Canada. Canada, eh? 6'11". He shot 40% from the Nike EBYL last summer. He is a pure scorer. His ball handling, he's got ball handling skills of a guard and passing vision of a guard. However, he needs more development in the post and defense. He's like Nikolai Jovic. He's terrible in defense. So if you want to take a flyer on him, you took one last year on a big guy in Santi.
Yep.
Do you go back? I like this guy. I think he'd be a steal. Low risk, high reward with this guy. Same with Santi.
Yeah. Right now, Tankathon has him falling to Minnesota at 40. So he would definitely
I've
be
seen him
that.
going from 29 to 40. He's in that late first, early second.
Okay.
The next guy on my list, since you want to trade Dylan Brooks so bad, Marjan Beauchamp.
Beauchamp, yep.
Beauchamp, sorry. 6'6", 7-foot wingspan. That's
Yep.
probably one of the biggest. This is probably the second biggest gap in wingspans I've seen.
Yeah.
He
100%.
is your defensive stopper.
Yep.
You're drafting him just for defense. Shots, not too proud of the motion he's got,
No.
but you can fix that. Shot 24% from three. I believe he was in the overtime elite.
He was in the G League.
The G League, okay. I get all these overtime elite G League guys confused, but oh crap, I even had that in my notes. My bad. Yeah, he was G League. I can't read my own handwriting. Sorry, Mom. But G League guy, his shot's not bad. Got a little hitch to it, and the motion's not solid. But your hopes right there is to develop his offensive game. His defense, you don't got to worry about him. He can guard the 1 through the 4.
Yeah.
The next guy on this list, I love him. EJ Little from Ohio State.
All right.
6'7", 7-foot wingspan. Shot 37% from three, 123 attempts. Reminds me of Grant Williams / Draymond Green.
Okay.
Small guy, undersized for the 4-5, but can play it.
Yep.
Good at everything, not great at one thing. 19.4 points a game, 7.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists. He's a veteran guy. His ceiling's not high. He's a solid NBA player, though. Don't know how it really transitioned, but he'll be consistent for you.
He'll carve out a role for sure.
He could be that stretch forward for you.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you put him, you're going to have to draft a 7-footer because BC, a 6'7" guy and a 6'8" guy, a 6'9" guy, not a good matchup.
No. No, it is
Next
not.
guy, I have another Jalen Williams from UC Santa Barbara. 6'6", with a 7'2" wingspan. Athletic freak. 40% from three, 18 points, 4.4 points a game. Or 18 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 4.2 assists. A lot of people, his big question mark is he's athletic in a small division. Can that add his ability? By the way, looking at what I've seen, I think he's there. A lot of GMs and scouts don't think he's quite athletic as the film looks.
Mm-hmm.
But only time will tell. Him, he's a riser, kind of like Minot right now.
Yeah.
So those are my first round takes of who I think the Grizzlies should take in that first 22 to 29 range.
All right.
The main guys, just go back over them real fast, are Jaden Hardy, Bryce McGowan, Minot Chandler, Jalen Williams from Arkansas, and Joe Fitch. You draft one of them. You draft two of those 6 guys. You're good.
He won the draft.
You won the draft in my book. So, second round guys. A lot of these second round guys are going to be juniors, seniors. Just because they're not athletic freaks or stuff like that compared to these first guys. However, I do have two freshmen in this though. Max Christie, former 5-star, he's athletic. He needs to work on his three. He was just a young guy on a very veteran Michigan State team. So it's going to be hard to carve a role for him.
Yep.
He was used to in high school him having the ball in his hands. In college, he did not get the ball in his hands. He has a good shooting form. Needs to be more physical, though. Has a great basketball IQ. Went up and guarded tough matchups in the Big Ten. So he needs to be more physical for me, honestly, at the rim. Point of attack. Three-pointers, we need to work on that big time. That's if you get him in the second round, that's the definition of low risk, high reward right there. That is the purest definition of this NBA draft. You get him at 46. Is it 47? Yeah, 47.
47.
47. A lot of people had him go in first round when he out of high school. So he just literally went wrong Michigan team, wrong time. Next guy, Ravion Williams.
All right.
Four-man Zach Randolph. Came off the bench this year at Purdue, 12 points, 7.4 rebounds a game. Honestly, old school big guy. That's really it. He's not great defensively outside of the paint.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be defensive. He's going to be like Steven Adams once against Minnesota. Defensive line. If you put him on a quicker big man, he's going to get destroyed outside the paint.
Yeah.
But offensively, back to the basket, I literally have flashbacks of Zach Randolph. He's got a nice shimmy to the left every time. Oh, love it. Zach Randolph loves that. He's actually shown a little glimpse of shooting threes, something he didn't do at Purdue. So would actually love to see that. I know my in-laws would too. But I think here, if he's available, take a shot if you don't draft a big man.
Yep.
He's not your stretch four, but he's a solid 4 or 5 off the bench. The next guy, one of the best college basketball players this year, Drew Timme.
Mr. Drew Timme.
18.4 points a game, and we're talking about him being a second-round pick. 2-time first-team McDonald's or first U.S. All-American for the college basketball. Sorry, not McDonald's. Yep. Biggest thing with him is he's not athletic. He has no ceiling. He's peaked.
He's peaked.
You can get fast, but he's slow. Granted, he blew Memphis out when we played him. He's good. He's a traditional big man. 6'10", 250, back to the basket guy. Great floater, though. Love it.
Yeah.
He's terrible on defense, like Travion Williams outside the paint. So that's a solid 4 right there. I wouldn't say he's kind of a stretch, but who knows? My next
What
guy,
do you think right now? Where do you think he's projected to go according to Tankathon?
Probably late 50s, if anything.
Yeah,
he's not even drafted.
Right now he's undrafted.
He'll get. You'll hear his name called on draft night if he stays in the draft. You still have until June 13th to take your name out of the draft. Wendell Moore, if he's available, which I think he'll fall. 6'6", 10 wingspan, high IQ, has gotten better from 3 every year he's played college basketball. He'll be your 3-and-D guy. At points, he's been inconsistent throughout the years at Duke. He'll have a game or two where he's great, and then you won't hear from him the whole game.
Yeah.
That's my one issue with him. He needs to be more consistent on his jumper. Granted, he's gotten better every year, so that shows some room for improvement, but he's nothing to be more than a 3-and-D guy. He's a hustler. So, next guy, David Roddy, is flying up draft boards.
Yep.
6'6", 260, Zach Randolph, baby. The thing with him is, folks, he shot 43% from 3 at 6'6", 260. Averaged 19.2 points a game, 7.5 rebounds a game. He has great ball handling skills. He shot 3 threes a game, so that 43% sounds promising. His big thing is he's kind of reached his peak there, 6'6". So you're going to be you can't run him out there. He can be a small ball center. That's kind of it for him.
That's about, Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Jaren would probably destroy him. one-on-one, but that's if Jaron puts back basket. But it's neither here nor there today. Next guy, J.D. Davidson, former 5-star.
All right.
8 super inconsistent, bumpy road this year. 8.5 assists, 8.5 points, 4.8 rebounds, 4.3 assists. He's more of a 2 than a 1, though. 6'3",
Yeah.
about 60. So great finisher. 3 turnovers a game. So not great with the ball. This year just could not carve out a consistent role. Started every game, but just didn't take the game over like a lot of people thought he was going to do outside of at a high school. Next guy who's kind of rising. A lot of people have him as a 1. I don't. Jake LaRovie from Wake Forest, 6'9", 6'11" wingspan from Latvia. Biggest thing with him is he's a 3-point shooter. Yeah, he's not on anybody's Wake boards.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm not even seeing this guy.
Yeah, I've seen him on a bunch of draft boards. He's rising.
Yeah.
He's a power forward, 6'9", 6'11".
Yeah.
Can't create his own shot. That's his biggest flaw. He cannot create. He cannot create. You have to literally run plays to get him open.
Yeah.
Or get him a shot. Can't do that. To end the night, J.D. Notae from Arkansas, a little fan favorite there. J.D.
All right.
Loved him. Needs to be more consistent with his take better shot selection. More consistent / take better shots. 18 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists. He's not a 1 at 6'1". He's not a point guard. He's a 2.
Yeah.
A 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shot 29.7% from 3. Shot 4 threes a game. 2.3 steals, though. And he's a finisher.
Yep.
2.6 turnovers. So, hey, he's a big shot guy. If the game's on the line, I want him taking the shot. Even though that 3-point sense, he's a big-time player. He's a big-time player, 6'1". So those are some guys that I want for this draft. Starkey, I think we're running out of time. What do you want to finish this up with real fast? Because we got to wrap it up with the hot topic tonight. Starkey, what you got for us? And yes, we had the stupid Zoom screwed us again, but we're going to fix it next week. I've been saying that for 2 weeks now, but we're done with Zoom after this week, folks. Starkey, what do you have for tonight's hot topic?
So for the hot topic tonight, going to go a little bit different direction. Going to end on a serious note. As many of you probably heard by now, there was another really sad, senseless mass shooting today in Uvalde, Texas. This one, sadly, unfortunately, was at, I believe it was Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But as many as now they're saying 18 children and 2 adults have lost their lives today.
Oh gosh, it's gone up since later.
Yeah, it has.
Sorry.
Yeah, whenever they were doing everything, it was 14 and 1. Now it's as many as 18 and 2. So we talking to Jared about it. We would have been remiss had we not mentioned this. We love you guys, even if we've never met you. Love on your families tonight. Hug your families, because no one is ever guaranteed tomorrow. Like we say all the time. And like my wife and I were talking about this, school. The school is a place that children should feel one of the safest places that a child should be. Should be, in my opinion, home 1, church 2, school 3. And so as far as safety for kids goes. So we love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for putting up with us every week. We really appreciate you, responses, everything like that. But like we said, just ended on this serious note. We love you guys. We obviously could not do this without you. I know as soon as we get done here, we're going to go, hug on our wives and spend time with them, but just love on your families as much as you can. Tell them how much you love them, appreciate them, care about them, because as crazy as the world is right now, we never ever know when we're not going to have that opportunity again. So, just love on your families tonight as hard and as much as you possibly can. Love on one another too, because we all, not to get into that super cliche song, but love is, we all need some love right now, just around the world. So that's how we're going to end tonight. Not so much a hot topic as just a reminder to love each other.
I love it. Well, folks, tune in for next week. Don't know what day we're recording yet, but we'll see y'all back better than ever at some point next week. Y'all be safe.
That's it. Bye, y'all.